Good morning, fellow traders. Black Coffee Trader coming at you here on a Wednesday. No, today is Thursday morning, August the 14th. I get my days mixed up all the time. I apologize about that. But yes, today is August 14th. And feeling a little bit better this morning after yesterday's horribly bad day. But let's dive into the numbers, or not the numbers, but the charts this morning. Big picture zoomed out here on the NASDAQ. Look at what this thing has done. What a bullish run, healthy pullback, another strong bullish run. And my question is, will this history repeat itself when we get another pullback in a bull run at some point here? I'm not saying it'll happen today, just saying generally speaking, big picture, this is we're really on something. If you look at the big picture here, this is becoming a huge level around the daily 50 down here on the 22,800. So very interesting. The picture looks very similar on ES as well. So we're definitely seeing that trend on the NASDAQ and on the ES. Zooming in a little bit. So really, in my opinion, we're still very bullish. Obviously, yesterday we had kind of a nasty, sluggish sell down a little bit, not really a sell off, but just kind of a slide to the downside on the NASDAQ. And but we've held that overnight. We held those lows overnight. So in my opinion, that does remain fairly strong, remains bullish. We're still holding, kind of building new highs and holding them and building above them. So I do like that. And I think everything's pretty much the same as yesterday. In fact, I don't even think I changed any of the levels this morning. We're obviously waiting for the PPI numbers to come out here in about 30 minutes. So we'll see what that does and see if that moves any of this. And that data could invalidate some of these levels. We could create some new levels because of that. I just simply don't have time to wait until that news comes out and then do another video with some of the other things I have going on this morning. So that's why I'm doing the video before the PPI numbers, then we'll adjust accordingly. But if the PPI numbers play, the levels we're looking at are the same as yesterday. You've got the 843s, which is this previous high. You've got the 800s basically, which is this little high, some reactions here on the CPI day, and then you've got this area down here on the CPI low. You've got this previous high coming in from last week. So if we get pullbacks to those levels, obviously that would be break and retest longs. If we do get a push this morning, maybe we pull back. I've got some reactions coming in here pretty cleanly around this 23,960 level. So that's why we have that, which is also the overnight high. And that lines up with the, there's some reactions around that here at the aftermarket on, let's see, today is Thursday, Wednesday, that would be Tuesday night aftermarket. So we'll see what that does. Maybe we get a pullback to the low of day from yesterday and we just continue to rip higher. We shall see. So we'll see what this market gives us. On ES, very similar, very similar picture. None of the levels changed, I don't believe. I did add one here. I just had the low of day from yesterday around this previous all-time high, which I did mark here. So we do have previous all-time highs there. Do we get a pullback to the low of day from yesterday, that previous all-time high? That would be a really nice pullback on the ES for a move higher. Or you have some of these other levels down below. And I really like this one. I like the CPI high print on the ES. If we do get a pullback there, that'd be an excellent pullback long. So we just have to be careful. I don't know. Right now, it just doesn't feel like we're going to get much of a pullback. Even I mean, yesterday, I got caught buying the longs. And I don't want to be too biased. I was buying I shouldn't say buying the longs. I was buying yesterday as this market was moving down, and I was losing, and that was on my evaluation accounts. But I don't want to be too biased, but we may not get a big pullback before this thing rips back up. We just have to be careful and trade what the market gives us. Dow Jones, we're in a nice little area here where we're possibly broke this previous area around the 800s and turn that into support once again. So that looks really strong. If we get a pullback, I wouldn't mind a pullback to the 900s or to this 800 level for a move to the upside there as well. That's pretty clean on the Dow Jones. If we fall below there, then we might look for shorts, especially if we lose yesterday's low of day. I don't see that happening this morning, but it could. Russell, this thing just continues to be on an absolute tear. I did chart some new levels in here, and these are from way back in February of this year. I went back to the hourly chart in February and found some key levels, and I wish I would have had this on my charts yesterday. I should have done this, and I elected to not chart these levels yesterday and just kind of left it alone. And I really wish I would have went in yesterday before market and charted this, because this could have created a nice trade yesterday. If you look at the market for yesterday, this is those levels. So yesterday morning I took this long. This was on my funded account. I took the pullback long here and just got wicked out, stopped out, and then we had this nasty action. But had I had that level, I probably wouldn't take that trade, and I would have either I wouldn't have taken the trade, or I would have shorted it. I may have shorted it, which would have worked, but the even better trade would have been the break of this area right here, this range. If we would have gotten a break, either take this one or wait for this break, that could have set up a beautiful long trade yesterday. So a little bit sad that I didn't have those on my charts, and so I need to remember that if we get into one of these spaces where we don't have recent market at those areas, I need to go back to where we were at those levels and chart some of that stuff. So that was a mistake that I made yesterday, but it really sets up nicely today. If we get a pullback to that level, that could set up a beautiful long as well. So very similar situation here on the Russell, pullback long to this level, and then you have a very similar setup here with the 800s on the Dow Jones. I do like that. Right now the Dow is staying more flat. The Russell is seeing a little bit of a pullback, so we'll see what this does. Maybe we do get a pullback into this level for another long. So I do think the Russell definitely liked the CPI numbers, and we're getting a lot more talk about rate cuts, and probably getting 2 to possibly 3 rate cuts for the end of the year. And it seems like small caps are definitely liking that. As we can see, it's really rocketed after some of that information came out. So that's where we're at today. Still looking for pullback longs. Just being careful. This market looks strong, and just looking for pullback longs, and try to avoid getting into a where I'm running against the trend like I was yesterday on my valuation accounts. So that's today. I'll leave you with that. Keep it short and sweet. I'm going to be careful. Hopefully I can have a good, strong day today, and hope you do as well. So thanks again for following along. Appreciate you guys. Take care. Till next time. So long.